Hello, everyone. My name is Megan Stacey, and I'm here today with Brenda Hammon. We are so excited to be doing a book launch today for her brand new book, Hear Me. And Brenda's going to tell you all about that. But we're so far have already made Amazon bestseller, which is amazing. And today I just wanted to interview Brenda and ask her about her experience with writing this book and why she's doing it. So, Brenda, welcome.
Thank you, Megan. Why am I writing this book? Because I'm crazy. Is probably I'm writing it because I needed to make something positive out of everything that had happened to me. And I thought, this can't be the purpose of my life, is to be an abuser's piñata. Like, it really can't. There has to be something more to what I'm supposed to be doing. So I sat down and I thought, how can I turn all of this negativity into something positive? What can I do? And when I was going through my therapy, the lady said, well, why don't you write things down? Because I was having a difficult time actually voicing the scenes that had played out in my mind. And that's basically how the book got started. And when I was finished, I had about 600 pages. And I put it in my closet, and it sat there for 14 years. Till one day a lady said to me, you have written a book and you should do something with that. And I'm going, are you crazy? So I said to her, well, maybe you better look at what the book's about before you tell me that I should be doing all of this stuff. And that's basically how it got started. It was split into 3, possibly 4 different books, because it was so much. And Hear Me is the rewrite of I Can't Hear the Birds Anymore. And I Can't Hear the Birds Anymore was definitely written from the 5-year-old's perspective of what had happened to her and how she viewed the world. And it turned out to be a really excellent book for counselors and therapists, because if you haven't gone through that sort of trauma yourself, you just don't understand how a child thinks. You can't get into their mind, and that book certainly gets you into the mind of the child, and it tells you everything of what to look for. So when I decided to rewrite it, I needed to rewrite it in a softer voice and a softer tone, so that the everyday woman and the everyday reader could read it and not have to actually read everything. So I had hoped that in the revisit and the rewrite of it, that it would make it more palatable. The subject is never palatable, but hopefully it will make it a little bit more palatable for people to get their head around and to realize that, man, this does happen, and it happens all the time, and it happens everywhere.
Absolutely. Yeah. So your writing process for the first one was, it sounds like it was very healing. It was very much about getting it out. So when you rewrote it, what was that like? How did that go?
When I rewrote it, it was a much easier write. I must say that, because now all of the charges and everything was off, and it was a different journey. And when I wrote I Am, the follow-up to that was, I still had charges in my body that I was having problems with, and I was getting all kinds of weird things happening. But Hear Me was very lethargic in the way that I made it. Like I made it. I'm through it all. I made it to the other end of the line.
You did it.
I did it. So I'm glad that the series is almost finished. Like, the next book, the last book in it is in the process of being written right now, and that will finish off Breaking the Cycle series, and it's gonna feel good to have that one done. Yeah,
absolutely. So what advice do you have for someone who is in a bad situation, who wants to change their life and move on after a traumatic experience?
Oh, take that first step. Go and find somebody that you can talk to, because honestly, you can't do this alone. If I could have done it alone, believe me, I would have. I wouldn't have said a word. I wouldn't have shared this. I wouldn't have said anything to anybody, but it doesn't work that way. You need somebody to be able to talk to get it out, and to figure out your next step. So if you are in that situation, then go talk to somebody. Talk to your doctor. If your doctor doesn't help you, talk to somebody else. There's lots of places on the internet where you can find, in your local area that you live, support systems that will help you start taking that first step, because there is a big wide world waiting for you out there. And when you're balled up in that abuser cycle of being abused, it's hard to break out, but you have to. You have to, like, you're like an egg. You know, you're like this little chicken inside the egg. Take the first peck and start making that hole bigger to get yourself out.
That's a good analogy.
I'm good for those.
So what would you tell your younger self if you could?
That I loved her. That would probably be the biggest thing, that she's not alone, and that I loved her, and that, and I still love her. That little girl resides in me to this day, and she stays curled up in the corner of my heart. And I tell her all the time, you know, I am there for you. I believe you, and I am there for you. And that's what I do all the time now.
That's wonderful. So what are some of your favorite books?
I am a Bernard Cornwell fan. I love historical, medieval, rip your guts out type of book. I swear, you know, and I believe in reincarnation, and some people don't, but I swear I must have lived back in that time, because I get transported into that scene, and I'm usually one of the warriors that's doing all of the fighting and the beating up people and that sort of stuff. So yeah, I am a historical, fictional person. Diana Cabaldon, that sort of stuff. If it has some historical relevance in it, back in the, you know, 1000 BC and AD and all of those things, I am so there. Yeah, Vikings and all of that stuff. Yeah, I'm not one of those frou-frou Harlequin romance girls.
No, more the fun fiction that's got some nonfiction in it.
Yeah, it's and I think I would probably, when I start writing after this, I would probably be writing more historical fiction, nonfiction books, because they seem,
that would be a change of pace.
That would be a big change of pace. Yeah. So yeah, those are the ones that I read.
So what does success mean to you, Brenda?
Wow. What does success mean to me? That's a tough question, because it's not necessarily about any one thing. It's, for me, success is living my life to the fullest possible extent that I can. Like, I am go, 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 let's fill in as much life as I can. And I'm probably that way because when I lost our granddaughter, you know, Jaden was 7 days old, and she didn't get to pack as much into her life as you do when you are almost turning 60. So yeah. I decided that I need to live my life to the fullest, to have a purpose and to do something with it. And for me, success is if I am sharing this story and I am helping other people gain back their life. I'm helping them start their journey, or I'm helping them through parts of their journey. To me, that is probably what I would call success, is if I effectively turned the negative into a positive and had an impact.
Absolutely. So what do you like to do in your free time? Or is there not much of that?
I don't have any free time. That's where do I do my free time?
Or hobbies?
My free time is usually diving into another project. Like, you know, the Missing Footsteps project with grandmothers who have lost a grandchild, or deciding that, okay, my big birthday party's coming up, I need to rip apart my whole garden and restructure it. Yeah, that's kind of things that I do. If I'm not working in the office I have to do something physical. I have to rip things apart, rebuild things. Yeah. Yeah, I don't have much for what we call free time where I can sit back and read a book. And I do read books, but it's usually if I'm driving somewhere and Bud is driving and I'm reading or that sort of stuff. That's time where he can actually hold me down and say, okay, do something else. So, yeah.
I get it on the free time.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So what inspires you?
What inspires me? Probably being able to help. That and I'm not one of those girls that I'm in every association and everything like that. I'm one of those girls that if I can help you with this, let me help you. If I can help you with that, let me help you. If it, in that sort of stuff. That is probably what inspires me more than anything. And if I'm passionate about something, then it's off the charts. If I can get my head around something, then wow, I'm a goner. So yeah, I would say that's what probably inspires me more than anything.
Fantastic. So just one last question, a really light one to end it on. What's your favorite song or movie?
My favorite song, and that probably tops the chart, is Hallelujah. That is, there's a few that I do listen to probably more frequently. Garth Brooks' The Dance. Every time that song plays, I bawl my head off. So my favorite movie that I could probably watch over and over again is Mamma Mia with Meryl Streep. I really like the very ending when all of the guys are in their spandex and but I think, Bud and I have watched that movie I don't know how many times, but there's so many movies, like Dirty Dancing and Last of the Mohicans. I mean, Daniel Day-Lewis and Last of the Mohicans, I mean, that guy was hot. Like, maybe it's the long hair. I don't know what it is, but boy, he was pretty hot. Mel Gibson in Braveheart, long hair, skirt. Maybe it's the skirt thing. I don't know. I don't know about that.
It's the kilt. So you mentioned Diana Gabaldon too, right?
Yeah, I know. The Jamie and the character in the book, boy, I mean, he was pretty hot. So, what can I say? Yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic. Well, thank you so much, Brenda. This has been fun. And, congratulations on your book launch. I know it's going really, really well, and it's great to see you doing so well with it and helping so many people.
Well, thank you, Megan. It has been a blast. Today is going to, or has been, quite a crazy ride. I wasn't expecting. I was, you're always hoping and you're always thinking, well, what's today going to bring? And, well, it's exceeded my expectations. It's been absolutely amazing. And I know that we are helping people. And that's the main thing. So thank you from the bottom of my heart for doing an interview with me. And yeah, we'll see where the world goes from now on.
Absolutely. I'm sure there's many more good things to come.
I hope so. Leap off the bridge and go for it.
That's right. Take the plunge.
Take the plunge. So, all right.
All right. Well, thanks again, Brenda.
Okay.
Take care. Bye now.
Bye-bye.